What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? It's your boy Chris. It's your boy Chris. It's another amazing episode of Financipation. This channel is all about making money. It's all about saving money. It's all about building generational wealth. And it's all about financially emancipating yourself from generational poverty. On this channel, everybody, I give you a 6-figure MBA level with investing and financial knowledge for free here on YouTube. And the things that people typically spend hundreds of thousands of dollars learning in grad school, I give it to you for free here on Financipation, okay? Also, please hit the notification button so you know when I drop new content. Please hit that like button, please share, please subscribe. It helps the algorithm, and I thoroughly enjoy giving you guys an MBA level worth of investing and financial knowledge for free here on YouTube, okay? So, I wanted to make a podcast, everybody, where I kind of talk about how to build wealth to some extent, regardless of what your income is, because I've had a lot of you guys say, Chris, you always talk about making 6 figures and stuff like that. Why don't you do more content talking about how you can build wealth when you're making $45,000 or $60,000 or $70,000? So I was like, you know what, let's make a podcast about that, okay? So we're gonna talk about 3 respective financial buckets: a person at $45,000, a person at $70,000, and a person at $100,000, and how you build generational wealth throughout that entire way, okay? So let's get started. So full disclosure, I graduated from college at the height of the Great Recession in 2007, 2008. And my salary was around $45,000 when I started working for a small mechanical engineering firm in the Northeast, specifically in Philly. At that salary level, everybody, I was actually very, very blessed because I had an engineering degree. And on top of that, as I said it earlier, I had no student loan debt, which meant I was highly employable. And most importantly, I didn't have a lot of money coming out because I was debt free essentially. So I was actually very blessed. When I came out of college making $45,000 a year, I had a very different story to some extent than a lot of my colleagues. But even back then, living in a major metropolitan city in Philly and making $45,000 a year, it was not easy. And I actually had to be very focused about not running out of money by the end of every month. So I'll say this, out of all the income levels I'm going to talk about, whether it's $45,000, $70,000, or $100,000+, if you were making $40,000 to $45,000 a year, this is easily the most challenging thing essentially when it comes to building wealth. So I had roommates, everybody. I lived outside the hood. I heard gunshots at night. I saw police sirens and all that kind of stuff. And that's essentially where I was living when I was in Philly making $45,000 a year in West Philly. I'm not saying you need to live like that, but that was essentially how I was living. Your first goal, everybody, if you are making $45,000 a year, is that you should try to figure out ways to save at least 10% of your income every month. Your second goal is when you're making $45,000 or less a year, is you should essentially try to aggressively cancel or pay off all consumer debts. Any consumer debt is going to compound your debt, but consumer credit card debt, which is at 10 to 15%, is literally going to keep you broke, and it's absolute murder on your income if you're only making $45,000 a year. The average take-home pay of someone making $45,000 a year, when you do the math, is about $2,900 a month. And that $2,900 a month, it needs to cover your rent, it needs to cover your car note, it needs to cover your debt, taking girls out, dating, and your groceries. So the last thing you need, if you're only making $2,900 every month, as far as your take-home pay with your gross, is getting about $300 to $400 a month with credit card interest rates. Your third goal, if you are making $45,000 or less a year, is once you've gotten high interest credit card debt out of your life, you need to walk into your HR manager's office and ask them straight up, what percentage of my 401k do you match? And whatever percentage that is, you need to invest directly up to that amount. Why? Because it's literally free money, okay? So your fifth goal, if you're making $45,000 or less, is that you need to establish a 3-month emergency fund. So if you're bringing in, let's say $2,900 a month, right, and your expenses are $2,200 a month, that means your 3-month emergency fund is $6,600 per month. Your fifth goal, if you're only making $45,000 a year, after you set that 3-month emergency fund, is that you need to start immediately investing a certain percentage of your money into your Roth IRA. At the time of this recording in 2025, you can contribute approximately $7,000 into your Roth IRA if you were under 50 years old. And if you're over 50, you can put $8,000 into it. And lastly, your sixth goal, if you are making $45,000 or less, is you need to start a business. So I want you to go to LegalZoom.com, create a business where you get an actual EIN number or employment identification number. It's like a social security number for one of your businesses, and start that business and work your side business or your side hustle 10 to 15 hours a week. And people always ask me, Chris, I want to start a business. What should I start a business in? It's a very easy question to answer. Start a business in something that you are passionate about, that you would do for free, that you know very well, and you actually get paid to do it. Simple as that. It can be a hobby. It can be something that you do in corporate America that you can do on the side where you can consult, but figure out a way to start a business. It can be babysitting. It can be anything. It's something that you're passionate about. Make sure this is an income producing business and a skill that you have that's actually going to bring you a respectable amount of money if you should put the work in, okay? Before I go any further, please hit that notification button so you know when I drop new content. Please hit that like button. Please share the video. Please comment. Please subscribe. It helps the algorithm. And I thoroughly enjoy giving you guys free content here on Financipation. Also, something else as well. If you're interested in sending your kid to college for free, check out my scholarship book, which can be purchased on Amazon. It's going to probably pop up about right here, where I detail and I go into all the things that I did to essentially go to undergrad for free and to get my engineering degree for free. And I obtained over $300,000 to go to undergrad for free. All right. So let's go to the next income bracket in this video. And let's say you were making $70,000 a year. This is how you need to go about building generational wealth and achieving financipation at this income level. So when you factor in taxes and you factor in the average take-home pay for a person making $70,000 a year, that means they're bringing in about $51,200 per year gross, or about $4,400 a month. This annual income, everybody, gives you a lot more wiggle room than if you're only making $45,000 a year. And the first thing you need to do if you're making $70,000 a year is to pay off all high interest debt as soon as humanly possible. Your second goal when you're making $70,000 a year is that you need to create a solid budget that accurately tracks your expenses about what's going out and what's coming in. And your third goal if you're making $70,000 a year is that you should be tracking your net worth. So according to Fidelity.com, if you are in your 20s, your median net worth should be about $7,000. If you are in your 30s, your median net worth should be about $35,000. And your savings should be about 1 time your salary saved in your retirement accounts. If you are in your 40s, your median net worth should be about $127,000. And your retirement savings should be about 3 times your annual salary saved in your retirement account. If you are in your 50s, your median net worth should be about $295,000, and your savings should be about 6 times your annual salary saved in your retirement accounts. And if you are in your 60s, your median net worth should be about $455,000, and your savings should be about 8 times your salary saved in your retirement accounts. So according to this study, if you make $70,000 a year at 39 years old, you should have $70,000 saved in your retirement and your brokerage accounts combined. According to the same study, if you make $70,000 a year and you are 49 years old, you should have about $210,000 saved in your retirement accounts and your brokerage accounts. And according to this study, if you make $70,000 a year at 59, you should have roughly $420,000 saved in your retirement accounts and in your brokerage accounts combined. And lastly, according to this study, if you make $70,000 a year at 69 years old, you should have roughly $560,000 saved in your retirement accounts and your brokerage accounts combined. Your third goal, if you are making $70,000 a year, is that you should make sure you are contributing up to your employer's 401k match and maxing out your Roth IRA every year. So if you are compounding $7,000 every year for 40 years and you are putting them into the right stocks and you are maxing out your 401k every year, that means you are roughly going to be a millionaire by the time you are 70 years old. It's literally almost a mathematical certainty, particularly if you're investing into the correct index funds and into the correct exchange traded funds on the stock market. Lastly, your fourth and final goal, if you're making $70,000 a year, that you should still be working that business that you started way back when, and you should still be doing it 10 to 15 hours a week. And by this point, you should be getting a respectable amount of money every week from the side business. Lastly, let's go to the final income bracket in this video. Let's say you are making $100,000 a year. This is how you should go about building generational wealth and achieving financipation at this income level. Unless if you live in New York City, DC, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Miami, places like that, if you are making over $100,000 a year, you most likely are relatively comfortable in your life financially, or at least you should be. Your bills are probably taken care of at this amount, and you should not be living paycheck to paycheck at $100,000 plus per year. A lot of Americans are, but don't let it be you, okay? So your first goal, if you're making over $100,000 a year, is that you should avoid lifestyle creep at literally all costs. Once you start making $100,000 a year, you should still live like you were making $70,000 a year. So don't go out and buy expensive new foreign cars or expensive jewelry because you think you deserve it, or expensive brand new designer clothes and anything like that. Ladies, don't go buying those pair of red bottoms or those heels. For instance, I'm all for buying nice things, but make sure you are still living a $70,000 lifestyle even though you are making over $100,000 per year. If you do want to buy a nice car, go buy a used car with about 5,000 miles on it. That's very nice. Make sure you put 20% down on that car, finance it no more than 4 years, and make sure the payments are less than 10% of your take-home pay and your gross income. We call that in the finance world the 20-40-10 rule. And if you do want to go on a nice European vacation or something like that, or a nice Southeast Asian vacation, cool, do it. But pay for it with cash and not with credit. Your third goal, if you are making over $100,000 a year, everybody, is that you should be maxing out your Roth IRA, your HSA, and your 401k every year, and you invest them into the right index funds, or into the right ETFs, or into the right REITs. You're almost guaranteed to be a millionaire in about 25 to 30 years. Your fourth goal, if you are making over $100,000 a year, is that you should be targeting your financipation number and determine what that number actually is so that you can retire early with dignity and with respect and potentially walk out of corporate America forever. So here at FINANCIPATION, I tell people to have roughly 20 years of their annual salary saved in their retirement accounts and to withdraw roughly 4% of it every year. And if you do that, you are pretty much guaranteed to be able to never run out of money when you hit retirement. You can retire comfortably with dignity and with respect. So, for example, let's say you have an annual salary of $125,000. 20 times your salary would give you a FINANCIPATION number of approximately $2.5 million saved in your retirement accounts. If you live off of only withdrawing 4% per month from accounts you've already paid taxes on, you will basically, once again, never run out of money in retirement. So even if you hit that number at 35, you'll never run out of money in retirement. If you hit that number at 50, you'll never run out of money in retirement. If you hit that number at 70, you'll never run out of money in retirement. Lastly, your fifth and final goal, if you're making $100,000+ a year, by this point in your life, be making so much money on your side business that you started decades ago when you're only making $35,000 or $45,000 a year. It is literally a reliable income stream that you are basically eating off of every month. That 10 to 15 hours you have been putting in for a few decades every week should be giving you, by this point, once again, a respectable amount of money that is extremely nice to receive every month from your hard work. In closing, everyone, you would notice how in this podcast, I was extremely intentional about telling you what you can do at every income level to build generational wealth. Whether it was you making $45,000 a year, whether you're making $70,000 a year, whether you're making over $100,000 a year. Every income level, I was to some extent saying very similar things. I was also very, very intentional about telling the merits of starting a business on the side and becoming your own boss and becoming your own entrepreneur. Because at every income level, you should be very intentional about the importance of working for yourself. America rewards the business owner in regards to taxes and to the lifestyles that you can actually build for yourself. And it should also be noted that roughly 88 or almost 90% of America's millionaires today, to some extent, are entrepreneurs or they own their own business. Building wealth and maintaining it correctly, everyone, is literally like planting a tree and properly maintaining it. And as long as you do the correct things for decades, you can sit back at some point and enjoy how large that tree has grown, and your wealth will grow exponentially over the years for decade after decade. And you can enjoy the tremendous power of compounding interest and the joy of building generational wealth for yourself and for your kids. So good luck, everybody, and go do it. Go do it. Check out this video right here, where I talk about 16 signs of a high value couple, okay? So this channel, everybody, is all about making money. It's all about saving money. It's all about building generational wealth, and it's all about financially emancipating yourself from generational poverty. You can book a one-on-one session with me at any point. I am not giving you financial advice in this channel. You must make responsible decisions based on the thorough, independent research that you do for yourself, okay? Lastly, please follow and check me out at www.therealfinancipation.com. Check me on Instagram, @thereal_financipation. My Spotify is Financipation. My TikTok is Financipation. And my Facebook page is Financipation as well. Also, check out my blog and check out my digital e-products below as well. It's your boy, Chris, everybody. I'm out. Peace. Peace.